Have you ever sensed God calling you to do something that felt far beyond your comfort zone? Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to trust God in spite of it. Following His call often requires us to take bold steps of obedience before we see the full picture. But the Lord said to me, "Do not say, 'I am too young.' You must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever I command you." Jeremiah 1 verse 7. When God calls us, it rarely comes at a convenient time or in a way that feels easy. Often, His invitation to step into something greater comes with the unsettling realization that we're not enough on our own. And that's precisely the point. Our courage doesn't come from self-confidence, but from confidence in Him. The Bible is full of people who felt unqualified, afraid, or too weak to carry out God's plans. Moses had a stutter, Gideon felt too insignificant, and Jeremiah thought he was too young. Yet in each case, God didn't wait for perfection. He called them into purpose. Jeremiah's story is a perfect reminder of this truth. When God called him to be a prophet, Jeremiah responded with hesitation, "I do not know how to speak. I am too young." But God answered with assurance. He didn't say, "You're right. Let's wait until you're older." Instead, He said, "Do not say, 'I am too young.' You must go to everyone I send you to." God dismissed Jeremiah's excuses, not because they weren't real, but because they weren't the point. What mattered most wasn't Jeremiah's experience. It was God's empowerment. It's easy to second-guess ourselves when the call is big and the resources are few. Maybe you felt a stirring to start a ministry, lead a small group, change careers, or speak truth in a place that desperately needs it. But fear creeps in, fear of failure, of judgment, of not being enough. That fear can be paralyzing if we let it speak louder than God's voice. The enemy would love for us to believe that we're not equipped, not ready, or not the right person. But the truth is, God equips those He calls. He doesn't wait for us to be perfect. He perfects us through obedience. Courage is often less about bold declarations and more about quiet obedience. It's saying yes to God when no one else understands. It's showing up when you feel inadequate. It's trusting that the same God who called you will also sustain you. When we respond to His call with obedience, we partner with Him in something far bigger than ourselves. And with each step of faith, our courage deepens, not because we've figured it all out, but because we've learned to rely on the One who has. If you're standing on the edge of something God is calling you into, take heart. The same God who called Jeremiah as a young man is calling you today, not because you're the most qualified, but because you're chosen. And when you move forward in faith, His power will meet your courage every step of the way. Your yes could be the start of something eternally significant. Courage doesn't mean we're fearless. It means we choose obedience in spite of fear. God never calls us without equipping us. Like Jeremiah, we may feel too young, too weak, or too unqualified, but God sees who we truly are through His purpose. When you feel afraid to take the next step, remember that your confidence doesn't have to come from your ability. It comes from His presence. Say yes, even if your voice trembles. That step of obedience might lead to someone else's breakthrough. Lord, thank You for calling me, even when I feel unworthy or afraid. Help me to trust that Your strength is enough for every step You ask me to take. Give me the courage to follow, even when I can't see the outcome. Teach me to rely on Your power more than my own ability. In Jesus' name, amen. Thanks for spending time with us today. Remember, the call may feel bigger than you, but God is always greater. Say yes and trust Him with the rest. Please share and subscribe to The Divine Disciple for more daily inspiration.